My wife is Amy Grant, fellow singer and songwriter, and as far as the record, it's just a testament to how much I care about her, how dear she is to me in my life.
Vince Gill has become one of country music's most celebrated artists. With 22 Grammy Awards and 18 Country Music Association awards to his name, his legendary career speaks for itself. But now, at 67, Vince Gill has finally broken his silence. And, let me tell you, this changes everything. Some fans are celebrating, others are stunned, and a few are left wondering, why did he wait so long to say this? Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll either be shocked, relieved, or seeing Vince Gill in a whole new light. The truth behind Vince Gill joining the Eagles. What really happened? From the moment Vince Gill picked up a four-string tenor guitar as a kid, it was clear that music was in his blood. The way he played, it was almost as if destiny had already mapped out his future. And let's be real, some people are just born to play. His parents saw it too. They didn't just hand him a toy guitar and call it a day. They invested in his talent. By the time he was 10, they got him a Gibson ES-335, a serious electric guitar for a seriously gifted kid. And just like that, his journey began. But who could have predicted that this small-town boy with a passion for strings would one day stand on stage as a member of one of the most legendary rock bands in history? Life has a way of throwing unexpected twists, and for Vince Gill, one of the biggest came in 2016 after the passing of Glenn Frey. Rumors swirled, people speculated, and now, after years of silence, Vince Gill is finally confirming what many suspected. Some fans are thrilled, others heartbroken, and the music industry may never be the same again. What did he reveal? And why did he keep quiet for so long? Stay with me, because this story is bigger than anyone imagined. If you followed the Eagles, at the time, you remember how uncertain everything felt. Glenn Frey wasn't just any member. He was the co-founder, the voice behind some of their biggest hits, an irreplaceable presence. Even Don Henley admitted, "I don't see how we could go out and play without the guy who started the band." And honestly, who could blame him? Losing a band member is one thing. Losing the heart and soul of the group? That's something else entirely. For a moment, it really seemed like the Eagles were done for good. But behind the scenes, conversations were happening. Conversations no one could have predicted. Enter Vince Gill. He didn't just wake up one morning and decide to join the Eagles. This was something bigger, something unfolding in the background. The band's manager, Irving Azoff, reached out to Vince's manager, Larry Fitzgerald, and that's when things really started moving. And here's the kicker. Vince had a deeper connection to the Eagles than most people realized. After the band's original breakup, he and Glenn Frey actually shared the same manager. It's almost as if all the pieces had been quietly aligning for years. Still, even with that connection, Vince never expected an official invite. When it happened, he was completely blindsided. Looking back, he admitted, "It's not something you dream up or expect, but when the opportunity came, I didn't hesitate." His response? Simple. "When do we leave?" No second guessing, no overthinking, just pure excitement. Because let's be real, if the Eagles ask you to join them, you don't play coy. You say yes, grab your guitar, and get on the road. But stepping into the Eagles wasn't just about playing music. These weren't just songs. These were anthems, classics that fans held close to their hearts. Vince understood that. He didn't want to change things up. He wanted to honor the legacy. That's why he carefully selected which songs he would perform, choosing tracks like Lion Eyes, New Kid in Town, Take It to the Limit, and Tequila Sunrise, songs that defined generations. And he was meticulous. I can't imagine hearing those songs and not hearing the iconic backgrounds, the iconic arrangements, he explained. So he stuck to the originals, note for note, making sure that what made these songs special was never lost. Then there was his dynamic with Don Henley. This wasn't just about finding a guy who could sing and play guitar. The chemistry had to be right. Fortunately, Vince and Henley already had history. They had worked together on Henley's Cass County album, and the trust was there. When people questioned why the Eagles chose a country musician, Henley had the perfect response. Because he knows how to be in a band. That meant a lot to Vince. He wasn't joining to be the next Glenn Frey. He was there to contribute, to play, to keep the music alive. I don't have to have the attention. I don't have to have the spotlight, he said. And that attitude is exactly what made him such a perfect fit. His first performance with the Eagles? Dodger Stadium, 2017. Talk about a moment. And he wasn't alone. Glenn's son, Deacon Frey, was right there with him, stepping into his father's shoes in a way that was both heartbreaking and beautiful. You could feel the weight of it. This wasn't just another show. This was a moment in music history. Vince knew it. He knew this wasn't about him. It was about the legacy. Fast forward to today, and Vince is still out there with the Eagles, playing on their farewell tour, set to wrap up in 2025. One day, you're just a kid with a guitar, and the next, you're playing Take It to the Limit with the Eagles in front of thousands. That's the kind of story only music can write. For years, Vince Gill let his music do the talking. But now, at 67, he's speaking out. He's finally addressing the rumors that have followed him for decades. And what he's revealed? It's changing everything. The country music world is buzzing. Fans are in shock. And the industry may never see him the same way again. Stay tuned, because this revelation, it's only the beginning. Vince Gill has been a country music icon for decades, winning 22 Grammy Awards and countless fans. But now, at 67, he's finally breaking his silence. And his revelation is shocking. What has he been hiding all these years? And why now? It all started with a routine doctor's visit. Vince's wife, Amy Grant, was just getting checked out. No big deal. But a single test changed everything. Doctors discovered she had a rare congenital heart defect called PAPVR, something she'd unknowingly lived with her entire life. If left untreated, it could be catastrophic. Then came open-heart surgery in June 2020, in the middle of a pandemic. Hospital restrictions meant Vince couldn't be by her side during the most critical moments of her life. And just when they thought they could breathe again, disaster struck again. Fast forward to July 2022. Amy was out for a casual bike ride when she hit a pothole. She went flying, hitting the pavement hard. The result? A serious brain injury. Her memory was affected, and doctors estimated it would take 12 to 18 months for her brain to fully heal. Vince dropped everything, canceling 3 concerts immediately. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get worse, Amy later had to undergo throat surgery and shoulder surgery. It was one thing after another, but through it all, Vince never left her side. Every single day, he reminded her, "We're here. I love you." And in those dark moments, those words were the only thing keeping her going. Despite everything, Vince never stopped creating. But now, his approach to music is different. He's no longer chasing hits or chart success. He's writing from the heart. He says he's writing the best songs of his life. Not the ones that sell the most, but the ones that matter the most. And he's still evolving. Over the years, he's collaborated with Kelly Clarkson, the Eagles, rising country stars, and more. But here's what's truly mind-blowing. He doesn't care about credit or recognition. For him, the magic happens when no one's worried about who gets the spotlight. After Glenn Frey's passing in 2016, the Eagles' future was uncertain. Vince had deep connections to the band, but he never expected to be asked to join. Then, out of nowhere, a phone call changed everything. His response? "When do we leave?" He stepped in, honoring Glenn's legacy without changing the magic. His first show with the Eagles? Dodger Stadium, 2017. A moment in history. Now, after years of rumors, Vince is finally addressing the speculation head-on. The music industry is buzzing. Fans are stunned. And his confession changes everything. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button and let us know your thoughts. And don't go anywhere. Click the next video on your screen for more thrilling stories.